What's up everyone, Neo Ninja here, and today I'm going to be explaining everything about Minecraft's new touch control system. On September 20th, 2022, Minecraft version 1.19.30 was released to Bedrock Edition. On the outside, this update just included some bug fixes and gameplay mechanic improvements. However, if you've read through the release changelog, you might have noticed something a bit game-changing. 11 years, 1 month, and 4 days. That's how long things have been this way. Since the release of Minecraft Pocket Edition on August 16, 2011, the touch control system for mobile players has not experienced any significant changes or reworks. With this update, everything changed. Now, mobile players can toggle between 3 interaction models. With both of the new models, touch and crosshair, there are a few common features. First of all, the old D-pad is replaced with a joystick. To move, just drag the thumbstick in the center to the desired direction. Secondly, the crouch and jump buttons have been moved around to the right center of the screen. Now, crouching only requires a single input, not a double tap. Finally, located to the immediate left of both of these is the sprint button. Tapping this allows for an immediate sprint input. You can also enable the auto sprint feature in control settings, which removes this button and has you constantly sprinting. On top of this, features such as joystick visibility and thumbstick opacity can be adjusted in control settings. First up is the touch model. This model includes all of the new features and utilizes the touch circle from the classic controls. Similarly, all of their control mechanics are the same as the classic model. To break a block, simply tap and hold on it, and the touch circle will appear, showing the mining progress. To place a block, tap the block which you would like it placed on top of, beside, or below. Now, thankfully, the circle is only visible when breaking a block, and no longer obstructs your view when building. Next up, we have the crosshair model. Here, a crosshair replaces the touch circle from the old controls. On top of this, 2 action buttons are added to the bottom right side of the screen. One is used for interaction, and the other for attacking. The crosshair button, located below the crouch button, allows for you to place blocks and interact with items, equipment, blocks, and entities. The sword button, located below the sprint button, allows for you to attack entities or mine blocks. Here, a singular input registers as an attack, while a held input has the player break a block. An attack will occur when an entity is being targeted, even if the input is held out. These 2 action buttons can be removed in the touch settings, making action inputs more similar to the touch model. The classic model is simply a new name for the old control system. No changes have been made in regards to how gameplay works with it. With each of the new control models, there are pros and cons with utilization and mastery. In my opinion, the touch model is the easier of the controllers to work with. It is relatively straightforward and doesn't take long to learn and eventually master. In the long run, however, it is less effective in regard to combat and overall performance. I would recommend the touch model to the more casual players, with there only being 3 buttons to learn to play with and a more simple UI. On the other hand, the crosshair model is the more difficult of the controls to master. It requires much more precision, especially with 5 distinctive buttons to interact with. Mastering this model takes a good deal of time, with there being a steep learning curve. However, the gameplay advantages are far more rewarding. I would recommend the crosshair model to the more competitive players, especially with the increased accuracy when using the crosshair, among other gameplay advantages. Though both interaction models can provide certain advantages to the player, don't have these determine your choice. Pick the model that fits you best and makes your gameplay experience the most enjoyable. I personally am glad to see Mojang come around with this update. It's fitting to see some advancement in the touch control system, especially with it having been over 11 years since its initial release. I do think, however, that there should be more customization options, such as button placement, available to players. Hopefully, this gets addressed in the near future. Before we close out this video, I'd like to give a special thanks to the editor. As some of you may already know, Persephone has edited multiple videos for me in the past, and even drew my current logo. Apart from this, she edits all the content that we produce on the Bedrock Syndicate. Check out the channel linked in the description down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video and found the information included beneficial to your gameplay with Minecraft's new touch controls. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in my next video.